Okay, Nurul, so this is video number 2. We are ready to hear more exciting tips from you.
Okay, hi everyone. Thank you once again for having me today. Today let's continue our journey in sharing how you can start your own homestay business in less than 30 days and like me with just 300 ringgit, and I don't even own my own property. So in this video we walk through briefly the process, how you can turn your empty properties into income generating asset if you have empty properties in your hand right now, and how to benefit if you don't have your own property, how you can benefit from other people's property, and then the key things that you need to have. I'll just give you some quick checklist tips to follow. Okay, so the options in your hand right now is, if you are thinking seriously about doing this business, is whether you want to use your own property or you want to use other people's property. So most people concerned when you turn into this homestay business is that you don't have regular income. As with any business, there's always the risk. So, but the risk of, if you turn it into the risk and returns and rewards that you get from renting out your own property in short-term rental differs in compared to you rent long-term. Because from my experience, I also manage property for long-term usage, and basically for short-term property you actually can earn more, but you have that risk where sometimes some months you might have only 2 nights or 3 nights rented out. Some months you have 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 10 days rented out, and some months, sometimes people take for 3-4 months. So it will vary throughout your whole journey. And then after that, the other thing that you need to consider also is in terms of, a lot of people worry, oh, when you rent out for short term, the damages. Actually, no. I can tell you, I have had customers who come in for this few days or few months, compared to those who rent for 1 month, 1 year, 2 years. The damage is more when they stay longer, because after they move out, there's more things that you have to repair. Whereas the ones that stay for 1 day, 2 days, or 1 week, all that, the most damage I had was the water beaded, become loose, like got water leaking. So to replace that was just like 18 ringgit, or 1 plate break, or 1 cup broken. That's it, So because why? When you go for this short-term rental, right, we also charge the deposit. We charge like 300 ringgit deposit. Most people don't want to lose their deposit, so they will do their best to avoid having their deposit deducted or forfeited. So they will actually take care. And my rule is that when you come in and stay, when you move out, the property must be as how you check in. All the rubbish must throw out. So it's actually much better compared to those who stay 1 year, and then after that I have to bring cleaner and total clean. Sometimes I have to bring contractor to repaint the house, everything. So if you're worried about this, I would say don't worry. There's ways to counter it. Okay. If you're using other people's property, your worry is people damage your other people's property, then you have to bear. But like I say, it's same thing. When it's like short term like this, your customers usually don't take care of the house better. So the options you can choose to do this business, either you can use house, you can use apartment, or you use condo. How you choose, depending actually how much you want to charge, and also how much you want to take care. If you take a house, a 3-bedroom, 2-story house, the time to clean will be longer compared to if you take apartment or condo, because apartment, condo, 1 floor, 1 level, and it's smaller. So if you are planning to every time bring cleaner, then okay. But if you are planning to only bring the cleaner once a month, other times you clean your own to save your cost, then I would suggest that you choose apartment or condo. Okay, so I have managed apartment and condo. I have also managed house. Personally, I prefer apartment and condo because one, it's easier to clean, faster, and also apartment and condo less problem. The house got roof leak lah, got the pipe shaking lah. especially if it's old house. So that's the other choice also. You must consider how old is the property. I would suggest if it's your first time starting this homestay business, avoid old houses, avoid old apartments and condo. Try to pick apartment and condo that are brand new. There's a lot of empty properties in KL, and where the owners are suffering, having to pay the monthly loan, and nobody that rent out. If you can find their contacts, if you're lucky, then you can negotiate with them, and then after that ask to manage their unit. So like myself, when I first started, my first unit is from my friend, and then his brother asked me to manage. The third unit actually came about accidentally because my friend's brother's unit suddenly had long-term tenant, and I actually have to immediately find a replacement. So I actually contacted all the agent numbers that was advertising in that same building, and then luckily, after contacting I think 3 or 4, there's one agent who helped to ask the owner if it's okay to turn it into short-term rental, and thankfully that owner agreed. So after that, that is how I secured my third unit. So with that owner, is also much easier. One thing also, when you choose to work on other people's property, you have to pick the owner that you can work easily with, because some owners are so fussy, like they might have the rule like, okay, every time customer want to come and see, only you can take the key. If the owner is like that, I would suggest you just say no, it's okay, thank you, because you need to have control of the property. You need to have the key, because people might check in, like for example, sometimes call this morning, want to check in this afternoon. So if you cannot contact the owner, how? Okay. So these are some of the considerations. Okay. So I've listed here. So if it's your own property, first question: do you have your own property? And if you have, where is the location? Is the location suitable for these holiday rentals? I can tell you, in many parts of Malaysia, it is already possible. If you go to mudah.com, or you can go to my homestay, some of the homestay websites that are out there, you can see homestay business booming up in various parts of Malaysia, in parts that you don't even think that people want to rent. But I can tell you, different market. If you go to like certain kampung location, then your target market will be, for example, people who come for wedding, or people who come to experience the kampung experience, kampung living. Or if you are picking your property in like, for example, Cyberjaya. So Cyberjaya, the target market there would be the companies who send their staff for short-term rental, short-term training, or secondment, or come do project for like 1 month, 2 months, and sometimes there's courses there, training. So students come for internship. So it depends. Every location have the opportunity. It's just how you capitalize it, how you promote it, how you market it, and how you decorate your property to attract the correct market. Okay? And then your property, how many rooms does it have? Because the number of rooms also determine how much your pricing and how many customers you can fill inside that. One thing you must understand when you do this homestay business, homestay different than single traveler. So people who come to homestay, their target market is most of the time the group or family. So they want to fit many people in one house. So they save cost, instead of renting in the hotel, is cheaper, and also they can cook. Okay. The other market is the short-term tenants who stay for 2 weeks, 1 month, 2 months. Why they would want to choose your property is because most of the property in the market does not allow short-term rental. There's that gap in the market now where a lot of people rent out for 1 year, 2 years like that, and there's those who rent out by 1 days or 2 days. But there's minimal, not enough supply for those who are willing to rent out 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. And that is a market that you can go into actually. And that is like the market that even I myself is targeting towards more. Right, so the other question that you need to also ask, if your property is apartment or condo or townhouse, does the management allow? Okay, So whether the management will make noise if you have customer coming in and out. If it's the normal house in the normal suburbs, then no worries, you just have the guard there, the guard also don't really care. So you can bring in customer every day, different customer, no problem. Whether the your neighbors are K4 type of people, also you have to consider lah. Okay. So another question is accessibility. Okay, how can people reach your property? Whether it's near the LRT station, or is it like near bus taxi stand, or is it like very complicated to go in? Do they need car to go to your property, or they can just like take taxi, or just take the public transport? And then whether you are suffering from no tenant for a long time. So if you are suffering for no tenant for a long time, I say no need to take. Start straight away, because the longer you wait, the longer you suffer. And might as well in between, these few weeks you don't have customer, you rent out. At least you cover some of your loan costs. And then the other thing that you need to consider is whether you want to manage by yourself or you want to outsource. So when you manage by yourself, of course, all the profit you keep. But when outsource, it's like by profit sharing basis, or you hire people to manage. I would suggest if you're starting up, don't hire people on a fixed basis. Hire people on a profit sharing or commission basis. Then you don't have that commitment. Okay? If you are managing other people's property, then it's much easier. You don't have to worry whether you get enough customer every month to cover the loan or whatever. Especially if like you don't, if you arrange with the owner, you pay on night basis if got customer. If no customer, then there's no burden to you. So the liability is less tough for you. And so the first thing that you consider when you talk to owners is, are they interested to help you? Usually it's much easier to get people to work with you if they know you or they know your credibility. So I would suggest that you want to start this, you want to find other people, you go to functions that you are member of. For example, like you are a member of some professional organization, or your university alumni, or your relative's wedding, there people know each other. And then after that, or you have someone in the middle to introduce you to this person. That's much easier to get the. I have also tried to get properties, for example, that I advertise, say I'm looking for property in the mailing group of the property book, like property book that I read. I subscribe to the mailing list, the Yahoo group, then I advertise it. That is much more difficult, because one thing, that group of people, they buy property for property investment. So their property, if empty, also empty only few months, after that they have customer. So I see the market there is quite, they are more savvy investors. You want to target more of the typical 95% of the investors who buy property because their friends say this property is good. But actually, they don't do their research good enough, so they actually end up like suffering from no tenant. So your focus is to help them to get some money while waiting for long-term tenant and to pay their loan. Okay, so always focus on helping them, and then you help yourself as well at the same time. And then also same with your own property or other people's property, you need to consider whether the management allow. So whether the management will send you warning letter that you cannot do this property business, this holiday business here. Some hotels, some condo management are like that. But many, especially the ones that has a lot of empty units, they don't really care. Okay. And then if you manage to secure a property of someone's property, then you check what is provided in the property. Does the unit already have the bed, TV, fridge, washing machine, sofa, dining table, all this provided or not? And then, or you need to bring in. I would suggest if the property is empty, avoid it. There's many other properties to choose from. So if you want to pick other people's property, pick a property that is fully furnished or at least partly furnished, and the things that you need to add is very low cost. For example, like I had one property in Subang that I actually didn't intend to turn into holiday. I actually rented it for my interns to use. They were looking for a holiday, for a place to stay for about 1.5 months. So I was thinking, okay lah, I find this place for them. And then end up they didn't want, they found other apartments. So then I rented it to become the place for us to work. And then in the meantime, I was thinking of turning it into like co-working space. Somehow it ended up becoming another holiday rental because I have customer looking for a place in Subang, and at that time I didn't have any stock. So I turned it into holiday rentals, and after that continue on. So in the end, I have a free workspace because I have customers come in for like weekend or few days. When they come, we work elsewhere. But when they don't come, then we have that place to work. So it becomes a free working place, and then somehow get profit some more. So, and that property, when I took on, it has a lot of things, but it doesn't have a dining table. It doesn't have, I just need to add one dining table, and dining table also I just take the foldable banquet table, I put 2, cover with tablecloth, already become dining table. Just buy the plastic chairs. And then also the bed, there was like only one big mattress and then one single bed. So I add in a queen bed and another single bed. That's it. So you need to consider how much you want to spend if the things are not there. Okay, and then what you need to do and what they have to do. This one you have to discuss with the owner. Okay, what is their responsibility? What is your responsibility? So my arrangement is usually I take care of the cleaning, I take care of the laundry, and then I take care of the small furnishing. For example, like bring in the plates, the bed sheets, the put in the curtain. Okay, that one I do. But if like put the TV or put the bed, the fridge, all that, the owner has to do. So I minimize my cost. And then the electricity and water, depending. If you can get the owner to pay for the electricity and water, even better. Okay. And then the profit sharing. So profit sharing, what both sides agree lah. So it can be 50-50, it can be on fixed rate, it can be 60-40, depending on your negotiation with them. Okay. And then the basic rules. The basic rules, let's say, for example, okay, if the owner, if you're helping this owner to rent out the unit while they are looking for long-term tenant, then you must say, okay, if you have long-term tenant come in, you must give me how many weeks notice. And also, whether if people want to come and view, okay, the agent must contact you first, not just go in direct. Okay, so that's what I did. Like, you know, when the agent want to bring people to come and see, they contact me, check whether got customer at that time or not. If no, then only they come in. Okay. Okay, and then